Yeah, we got another banger episode. To be honest, when I first watched this one, I really thought, alright, now this is enough build-up, let's just get to the main stuff already. But after analyzing everything and finding some hidden details and Easter eggs, I can safely say this is still a goated episode. We get some context from Marshal Lee's and Ice Queen's relationship, but just enough to piece together what happened between them. We finally find out, more or less, who that mysterious guy is who's stalking our main characters, and overall, we got some major lore implications for Fionna World. Here's a breakdown of the midpoint of Season 2, the butterfly and the river. The episode kicks off with a flashback to Marshal's teen years, finally giving us some context for why things are so tense between him and his mom in the present day. Basically, she's always looming over his shoulder, dictating his every move and constantly saying, no. I mean, I get it from the perspective that she wants him to focus on work, but it's a bit more than that. I think it's implied from this scene that his mother never really approved of his interest in music, or at least dismissed it as some kind of phase. She's unfortunately an overbearing mom. She then kicks him out and Marshal wanders off, where he hears Ice Queen singing a tune. Naturally, he's drawn to it and asks her for a double scoop. He then accidentally drops it and makes a mess on his shoe. Ice Queen doesn't mind and says she'll just get him a new one, but Marshal's more concerned about the fact that he made a mess. Again, this just further shows how much of a hard ass Hannah Abadir is to him. Ice Queen then scoops up some ice cream and drops it on her shirt, saying,
"Mess is welcome here."
She then gives him her keyboard to play something before she drums on top of her ice cream cart, the same rhythm Marshal was playing back at his house. This signifies again a key difference between these two. Ice Queen encourages Marshal's musical side, while his mother Hannah keeps saying, no. We then see that someone was watching them from behind a bush. It's the stalker that's been appearing in the background of some scenes this entire season. I, for one, absolutely love that they're going this direction for Marshal Lee and Ice Queen. Marceline and Simon's relationship was the heart and soul of the original series, and I'd argue that without them, this show wouldn't nearly be as goated as it is. It was their relationship that transformed this show from a miscellaneous, over-the-top cartoon,
dude, let's kill the horse,
to one of real depth and complexity. I love the idea of constants and variables that exist between universes. The Fionna and Cake counterparts consistently mirror the original cast relationship dynamics in one way or another, but it's not copying them verbatim. I'll get back to this relationship later. After this, we cut to the present and see Marshal chilling at Gary's house. When he tries to play guitar while Gary's moving around the kitchen, the animators include these tiny micro reactions from Marshal that shows just how badly Hannah's overbearingness has f***ed him up.
Sorry, am I in the way?
Gary then asks him for help in cutting up this chocolate, and well...
No.
Then Gary invites Marshal over to meet his parents, and although he agrees, it results in this funny scene where they both talk to Fionna separately about how things are moving too fast in their relationship. She gives some great advice to reassure both of them, and finally, Marshal notices that sus bastard in the background. This time, the guy's completely not subtle. The balloon he's holding also kind of looks like Ricardio. We then meet Gary's family and find out he's got a sister named Nellie, a clear reference to Princess Bubblegum's brother Nettie. Gary's parents ask Marshal to play something on the keyboard, and he seems very hesitant, saying,
I haven't played keys in a while.
He then plays the exact tune Ice Queen was playing back when he met her for the first time. He then stops after he says the lines,
"So lonely I will never be,"
before he's reminded of that same memory again. He simply says that he forgot the rest, but it's clear he didn't and he just doesn't want to finish it. Why? Well, in their next scene, Marshal says,
I've just been thinking about how it was when I was a kid. Adults say they care, then suddenly they ghost you.
Gary's confused and says that Hannah Abadir calls Marshal all the time, and Marshal does what he's always done, deflect. Alright, after the scene, I'm pretty sure we can piece together exactly what happened. Marshal Lee, after his first meeting with Ice Queen, got closer and closer to her, eventually seeing her as more of a mother than Hannah Abadir ever was to him. Abadir then gets notified by that bodyguard of hers, who we find out is working for Hannah at the end of the episode, and she does one of two things, or maybe even both. She goes to the Ice Queen and threatens her. She either files a restraining order, or because of the amount of power and influence she has, she threatens to close down Ice Queen's ice cream business if she doesn't stop seeing Marshal. That's why in the last episode, after he trips over her at the market, she nods and runs off. We do see the bodyguard there too, meaning that if Ice Queen stayed to talk with him, he would have notified Hannah and everything would have gone to shit for her. That's my theory, and I think it fits very well. It mirrors how Marcy and Simon ended up drifting apart. Both of these relationships were affected by external forces. The crown is what came between Simon and Marcy, and Hannah is the one that came between Ice Queen and Marshal. Oh, and let me know if we've ever actually heard Ice Queen's real name before, but if not, I'm putting my money on Samantha. Also, let me know your guys' thoughts and theories on Marshal's relationship with her. Leave a like and subscribe while you're down there. I'm uploading breakdowns on season 2 of Fionna and Cake every week, and I'm working on other big character analysis videos. Let's now go to what's going on with Huntress Wizard. The three have breakfast, and we see that Cake has a mug that looks like Jake's favorite mug from Pahoy, the one that he claims he doesn't care about.
You see this cup? This is literally my favorite cup. Huh. Now it's gone forever, so it's not real, and I don't care about it anymore.
But in a later scene, we see him fishing for it. Go watch my breakdown on this mindfuck of an episode, by the way. What's interesting is that there's a flower on Jake's mug, but what looks like a dandelion on Cake's? I don't know my plants, so I could be wrong. It would make sense for it to be a dandelion since that was a central motif in the first season. We can even see it in the intro to this season. Hearing Huntress Wizard talk about the heart of the forest in the last episode, Fionna takes her to the oldest tree in the city, which looks exactly like the iconic tree house. Huntress Wizard then does what she did a long time ago, with Cake giving the funniest reaction.
Girl.
Yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, this time, her sacrifice doesn't connect her to what she thinks is the heart of the forest. She feels some sort of magic coming from the tree, so she then plays a note from a leaf. At first, I thought she was gonna summon Spirit Warrior like Finn and her did in Flute Spell, but instead, she crosses her eyes, just like Peppermint Butler told Finn and Jake to do to open a portal to the dead world. She then touches the tree with Cake reaching out to her, resulting in them fusing. Kinda. Cake is basically stuck as one of Huntress's arms. Strangely, the place she wakes up in isn't that tree realm she went to originally. I also love that upon seeing their weird situation, she just says,
Inconvenient.
Also, poor Mcron, man, this guy keeps getting shafted all season. So they walk through this dimension and enter a portal. At first, it seems like they've gone to our universe, but then it's revealed that they've actually just gone back in time to when Fionna World was still magic. So they come back and enter a new portal where we see Marshal Lee as a child, and his mother is just as anal. They realize that the tree can somehow travel into different time periods, but only within the tree's lifespan. I wonder why this particular tree has this effect. Finn and Jake's treehouse was never shown to have that ability, so either Huntress can somehow enter any plant ever and then travel through any time period within that plant's lifetime, or as she says,
I can sense the taste of magic.
Maybe Fionna and Cake treehouse did have some magical element to it. See, in our universe, the tree is built over Shoko's skeleton, Finn's past life. What if a past life of Fionna's did something to the tree to make it have this sort of magic? Just thinking out loud. Anyways, Cake then sees this spider about to eat this butterfly. It actually looks like one of those spiders in the episode Web Weirdos. She says,
Wait, I've seen this movie before. If you ever end up in the past, you can't let a butterfly die.
This is most likely a reference to the butterfly effect, and we see exactly how that plays out. What I also love is Huntress saying,
Sick 'em, kitty.
I love that they're already bonding and getting some development together. Huntress then realizes they're going in the wrong direction because they keep going back in time. So they travel along this river and they enter a new portal. This time, they're 1,000 years into the future and these creatures called biterflies have taken over. The only one stopping them? Baby Finn, and by extension, the Peppermint Tank. This throws out the theory that Baby Finn will eventually grow up. It makes sense he doesn't since he's from a world literally called Baby Dimension where everyone are babies. Doesn't mean he doesn't fucking kick ass though. This post-apocalyptic future all happened because Cake decided to save that butterfly.
Oh, shit.
Again, a cute tongue-in-cheek reference to the butterfly effect. They go back and Huntress Wizard wants to drink water from the river, but she says,
This tastes like the rain from that janked up future.
until she feels the present. This is probably a reference to Marcus Aurelius's quote, time is like a river. They jump in and after a bit, Cake pulls out because she hates water and enters a new portal where she sees Fionna working for Hannah Abadir. Alright, when I first saw this scene, I was really confused. But then when the final scene of the episode played, where Fionna comes to Hannah Abadir, I finally understood what was going on. Yet again, her plot is extremely boring in this episode, which is why I haven't touched on it yet. And it's this short scene that is by far the most interesting scene she's had the whole season. It's revealed that Fionna makes a deal with Queenie that she needs to get 70k to get back the sweet spot. And DJ Flame tells Fionna,
Do whatever it takes to make it happen. Do whatever it takes to make it happen.
Which means that this last scene is her potentially asking Hannah to hire her, which results in the future Cake sees. I love this show and how it keeps planting tiny narrative seeds everywhere. Huntress then pulls her out and she and Cake finally enter the present. They try to pull themselves out of the tree towards Huntress's cut off hand. This is also a great time to praise the animation, and they manage to enter her hand. What emerges is Huntress back to her full size, with her coughing out Cake. The cat then immediately, without hesitation, destroys that same butterfly.
But all that bad future stuff is gonna happen now, right?
No, it won't.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Now that Cake knows what Fionna will do, she might talk her out of it. After all, Hannah's evil. The only scene we get of our universe is Simon using the demonic wishing eye to save Finn. Yeah, I mistakenly forgot that it was used twice in the original series, once in Reign of Gunther's and then in Bananas. Speaking of that episode, Ice King uses it and speaks to this cutesy but creepy character named Wishy. He grants Ice King's wish and Finn asks,
Why don't you just use that thing all the time? Oh, it takes a piece of your soul each time you use it.
In Fionna and Cake, Simon uses it and the three are transported to see Wishy. Unlike in Bananas, Wishy is hesitant to grant this wish to save Finn, but after he supposedly does, we find that he's just put on a bunch of bullshit on Finn's face. Then when PB takes it off, Finn's aged a bit. Fantastic. We'll see what taking a part of your soul actually entails for Simon. If he dies, I'll be pissed. Overall, when I first watched this episode, I really felt like it was starting to drag, and I wanted to get to the main adventure already, but after breaking everything down, I don't anymore. The lore of Fionna and Cake's tree being a time travel machine was so cool, and the seeds planted for Marshal and Ice Queen have me so excited. This episode also made me realize something. See, last week, I told you guys I found the human plot extremely boring. Well, from this episode, I can safely say this isn't the case, because I'm invested in Marshal's and Ice Queen's plot. I like the fact that Fionna World focuses on interpersonal relationships. That's not my issue. I just realized that it's Fiona's plot specifically that is dragging. I do not care about her and DJ Flame. It's beyond uninteresting to me. Ditch this asshole already, man. Go bang Hunter and get on with it. I get it though, this is all for her arc, so it's not a huge deal by any means. I just want her to finally meet our Finn so they can have some cute heart-to-heart moments. I am interested to see how she'll handle working with Hannah Abadir though. That's a good setup. I really hope Finn wakes up in the next episode or something, because there's no way he's only getting 2 episodes in this season. I also wonder now that they're introducing time travel that things are about to get really complicated. Like, let's say Finn actually dies and she has to somehow use time travel to get him back. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to that as long as it's executed right. I think it could really work for Huntress Wizard's arc of constantly pushing people away. If you're new around here, please subscribe for more content like this. I'm posting Fionna and Cake Season 2 breakdowns every week. I'm also working on the Peppermint Butler character breakdown, and you know Marceline's coming next. Join my Patreon if you want to support me further, follow all my socials, and I want to thank you for watching.